Furiosa, a Mad Max saga? I really think it should have been called A Mad World. Hello there, namaste. So I finally got around to watching Furiosa, and I gotta say, I absolutely did enjoy this film. The only thing I gotta say is there's not enough Chris Hemsworth. I liked his character, I liked his fake nose, you can't even tell, and it just really seemed to play out. It really built the world. It really built the world. Of course, the main drawback is we already know the story of Furiosa. We already know I think the biggest failure that the Mad Max series has done is instead of just continuing where they were. Like I like Tom Hardy, I respect Tom Hardy as an actor, but they literally put him in a role and then gave him no dialogue and nothing to work with. Nothing to work with at all. If anything, they should have brought Mel Gibson back and put him in that role, and we would have been more okay with it because we already had him in other movies. It's already like, oh, this is just Mad Max. We've already got his character. No, we got a new Mad Max. We had Tom Hardy, and it's just like we need to build him up a bit. He's not just filling the shoes of Mel Gibson. We need to actually get his character. But in Furiosa, it basically tells the story of, well, Furiosa, about how she was captured and taken in. And then she's traded as a commodity in order for one person to gain more power. And time keeps skipping by. And it's just like, I like it, but the world's so small. It's so small. It's like, how did nobody stumble across this green place? It makes sense that they're traveling around. The bikers just travel around from location to location to location. But the area was just so small. It just reminds me of the Mad Max game where you're doing the same thing over and over again and everything is in a driving distance because it has to be. But the sad thing is, everyone already knew who Furiosa was. We already got her story in the previous Furiosa movie, Fury Road. We got her conclusion in that film, at least. That I guess a lot of people were just like, well, why do we need this story? I mean, we got the story because it builds out the world. And I gotta say, that's what we need more of. We need to build out the world. We need to see more of what exists in this world. Because it was enjoyable to see it and be like, oh my gosh, there's people like this. There's people like this. There's people like this. Well, it's a mad world, and I honestly feel like it shouldn't have been a Mad Max saga. It should have just been Mad World. I mean, I think that would have been a nice, fun thing to do. But of course not. Of course not. That's not what happened. I mean, we even get the opening shot from the first, Fury Road, Mad Max Fury Road film, where they started with showing Mad Max and his, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what he called his car. But yeah, his car there, when he's gonna step on the lizard, two-headed lizard. We get that shot near the end. So it's like they're going through this whole great film and going like, remember, it's a Mad Max movie. It's like, who cares? Who cares? I like the world. There's one thing that is enjoyable is like when you build a world, you don't need the main focused character. Sometimes nothing can exist without that focused character. You really can't build anything without them. But when you have an amazing world, you can literally just remove the main character, slap someone else in the world, and show other parts of it, and it's still going to be entertaining. That's kind of what they do here, and it is entertaining. I was just like, wow. Chris Hemsworth leaves, and is basically we're just watching how she ended up becoming the driver of the truck, and then ends up coming back near the end, and it's just like, well, we could have had more Chris Hemsworth because they end up becoming a partnership. We could have had more Chris Hemsworth. We really could have. But what can be said? The acting was great. The world building was great. The fact that it's a part of the world of Mad Max is great. They really should have just leaned into that. And honestly, they shouldn't have done anything with Furiosa. They really shouldn't have. I think Furiosa, we already got her story. It's said and done. We didn't need an origin story because, first of all, at that point in time, everyone's just like, we already had this story. We already know where it goes. Mad Max was done wrong the last time around, so why would we watch a movie where with Furiosa when she already had her movie? So it kind of did poor because everyone already had, and of course it's female led, which there's nothing wrong with female led. I mean, Alien is a female led franchise, which is amazingly well done, and this one kind of falls in that category where it's amazingly well done, but due to the history of prior world events, it's like, okay, everyone was just going in to think it was just going to be she's right about everything, she has no flaws type of film. But yeah, if you haven't gotten around to watching it, I'm definitely wanting to check it out again. I've always been a fan of Mad Max. I remember watching it the first time around, and like the original with Mel Gibson when I was a kid, and being like, what the heck is this? There's a bunch of emphasis on cars. He goes out with what I assume was his family. I need to go back because I saw it when I was a kid. Goes out to the countryside basically with his family, with trees and everything, until his family and everyone gets hunted down. It's just, I need to go back and rewatch these films. I really do. I really do. But it's just like there were trees. There was more. They could have easily brought Mel Gibson back for this series. Honestly, they did wrong by, as much as I like Tom Hardy, they did wrong by taking out Mel Gibson. We can easily come back and continue to be Mad Max. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Watch Furiosa. Toodles.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.